This year, 15 hotels were awarded the opportunity to participate in an exclusive allocation program because of their commitment to the Gold Standard Program partnership. Partnering with Buffalo Trace Distilleries, they were offered a truly bespoke experience, complete with an in-depth whiskey masterclass giving each attendee a 360 education on all things whiskey, highlighting the history, the process, the brands, offerings, how and why they work for them, and then to teach the properties how to tell the story of the distillery and brands to their employees and customers alike. Oh, we were also there to pick some excellent barrels, forge new friendships, and of course, have some fun. Our tour started with a welcome breakfast of local delights from the county to give us a base for our epic journey ahead. We were provided beautiful leather-bound notebooks to help us record all the amazing information that a tour of this magnitude would provide. After a few welcoming words from our host, Chris Hallahan, we were off to the races. We met up with our guide, David, who knew absolute everything about the campus. Our first stop was a mesmerizing one that he says steals the hearts of anyone that looks upon it, the barrel train. Buffalo Trace has been using the same gravity-fed system to move their barrels of bourbon for hundreds of years. Watching these pot-belly barrels slowly roll to their destiny definitely puts a smile on your face. Next, we duck into Blanton's bottling hall to see one of Buffalo Trace's premier products being packaged up for worldwide delivery. Bottles of Blanton's are extremely rare, so to see a string of them like this in one location is quite a sight. Next, we step back into time as we enter one of the century-old warehouses where an interesting discovery happened recently. While excavating, they found the original fermenting pits from the 1800s still intact. In traditional Buffalo Trace fashion, they have been restoring this beautiful building and have even lined one of the tanks with new copper to attempt a batch of bourbon done in the 1860s trademark recipe from E.H. Taylor. After seeing everything that goes into creating this world-class product, it was time for the tasting session, where we were greeted with a selection of the most popular and finest offerings. The 10-time distilled American craft Wheatley vodka, Weller, which is a wheated bourbon, the well-known Buffalo Trace straight bourbon, their fine single-barrel Blanton's bourbon, and a Sazerac rye, which is spicy and fiery. Everyone was extremely excited to see how these legends matched up to one another as master distiller Harlan Wheatley led the group in a walkabout through the world of bourbon. Next, we were treated to a delicious and fresh lunch back at the visitor center to give us the energy to what came next. Making our way to the clubhouse, each property was given an opportunity to select a unique barrel to be bottled for use at their beverage outlets. They had selected 3 contenders, which were cast strength and placed in glass flasks on their table. Now they had the opportunity to experience them and decide which one of the 3 they would make their own, creating a specialty branded bottle not available anywhere else. With a little help from some of the masters like Olivier, who has a great nose for bourbon, and Gary, who takes it to an almost religious level, everyone made a bit of history that day with their personally branded bottles. We then got a special treat from Buffalo Trace's brand ambassador, Katie O'Donnell, on a few cocktail combinations to be considered when crafting the perfect drink with their new bourbons. While libated, it was easy to slide over to the clubhouse back bar, where we were treated to some amazing little hors d'oeuvres and more fantastic cocktails from their resident mixologist. We got to mingle a bit before a beautiful sit-down dinner with a stunning set menu that paired a bourbon with each seasonal dish. If you didn't think you could drink 4 bourbons with a 4-course meal, you were wrong. The herd came in and we dined on amazing dishes carefully crafted by their resident chef that everyone enjoyed to the absolute max. To top things off, a special stop at Buffalo Trace's private stag lounge located above the Distiller Valley. Besides a beautifully stunning location, we were greeted with something otherworldly. 5 of the most rare bottles from their Legacy de Forge collection. The world's greatest bourbon was represented here, including a bottle of Click Vodka, which is distilled an amazing 159 times. Almost as amazing to learn about Buffalo Trace's rare and collectible portfolio was to be able to sample these legends ourselves. At this point, our special group was indoctrinated into their very first whiskey masterclass, having learned firsthand from the masters all the exciting ways to elevate our whiskey offerings around the world. Just another way the Gold Standards program is changing the game in bespoke luxury beverage programming.